Welcome to the ASL podcast, the podcast made just for you, the American English learner. Whether you're a beginner finding your voice or an advanced learner polishing your skills, this is your space to listen, learn, and grow. Each episode, we explore the sounds, words, grammar, culture, and conversations that make American English come alive, so you can speak with confidence in school, at work, and in everyday life. Together, we're going to make American English feel natural, clear, and within your reach. So grab your notebook, open your ears, and get ready to level up your English. This is the ASL podcast. Let's learn together. Chapter 8: Vocabulary Acquisition in American English. Key vocabulary. High-frequency vocabulary. The words that appear most often in spoken and written English, which form the core of any learner's lexical needs. Research by Paul Nation shows that knowing the most high-frequency 2,000 words in English provides access to roughly 80% of spoken text. Academic Word List, AWL. A list of 570 word families compiled by Averill Coxhead that frequently appear across academic texts in various disciplines. Learners preparing for college coursework should prioritize the academic word list to understand the vocabulary common to textbooks and lectures. Word family. A set of words derived from a common base word, including its inflected forms and common derivatives. Understanding the word family around create, creation, creative, creativity, creator, recreate dramatically multiplies a learner's lexical range. Collocation. The habitual combination of words that frequently appear together in a language, sounding natural to native speakers. Learners who know that English speakers make a decision, not do a decision, have acquired an important collocation. Incidental vocabulary learning. The acquisition of new words as a byproduct of engaging in reading or listening for comprehension without deliberate study. Avid readers typically develop large vocabularies through incidental vocabulary learning, encountering new words repeatedly in rich contexts. Feature article. Vocabulary is the engine of language. While grammar provides the structure through which words are organized into meaning, it is the words themselves that carry the communicative load. A learner with a limited but accurate vocabulary will communicate far more effectively than one with extensive grammatical knowledge but few words at their disposal. For English language learners, strategic vocabulary development is not merely important, it is urgent. The scale of the English vocabulary presents both an opportunity and a challenge. English has one of the largest vocabularies of any world language. Estimates range from 170,000 to over 1 million words, depending on how words are counted. The good news is that learners do not need most of these words for effective communication. Vocabulary researchers have established that approximately 2,000 high-frequency word families provide coverage of roughly 80% of ordinary spoken text, and that an additional 3,000 words of academic vocabulary, captured in resources like the Academic Word List, are essential for success in educational settings. Deep vocabulary knowledge goes beyond simply knowing a word's definition. Full lexical knowledge of a word includes its pronunciation, its spelling, its common grammatical patterns, its collocations, the other words it habitually appears with, its register, formal or informal, its connotations, and its derivatives. Building this multidimensional knowledge requires encountering words many times, in many contexts, over extended periods. This is why vocabulary instruction must be both direct, deliberately teaching specific words, and indirect, creating conditions for extensive reading and listening that expose learners to words repeatedly. Effective vocabulary instruction employs multiple strategies. Semantic mapping, visually organizing related words around a central concept, builds associative networks that support both retention and retrieval. Using new words in original sentences and personal associations anchors them in the learner's own experience. Spaced repetition systems, such as digital flashcard applications, exploit the psychological principle of the spacing effect to maximize long-term retention. Word study activities that draw attention to morphological patterns, prefixes, suffixes, and roots help learners decode unfamiliar words and make educated guesses about meaning. For adult English learners in vocational and workplace contexts, domain-specific vocabulary is also critical. Healthcare workers need medical terminology. Construction workers need names for tools and safety procedures. Office workers need the language of email, meetings, and digital communication. Vocabulary instruction that is anchored in the specific context where learners actually use English is not only more immediately useful, but also more motivating. 5 practical tips. 1. Teach vocabulary in semantic clusters, words related to the same topic or concept, rather than random lists, making it easier for learners to build and recall word networks. 2. Encourage learners to keep a personal vocabulary journal organized by topic or context, with each entry including the word, its definition, an example sentence from authentic input, and a personal note. 3. Use the 3-tier vocabulary model. Focus classroom instruction on Tier 2, high-utility academic and professional words, while building Tier 1, everyday words, through extensive reading and listening. 4. Recommend free spaced repetition tools like Anki or Quizlet to help learners review vocabulary at optimal intervals for long-term retention, especially for self-directed study. 5. Read aloud to learners regularly and pause to explore interesting or challenging words in context. Modeling genuine curiosity about language is one of the most contagious things a teacher can do. Thank you for spending time with us today. Every minute you listen, every word you learn, and every sentence you practice brings you one step closer to your American English goals. If today's episode helped you, please share it with a friend, a classmate, or anyone who is on their English learning journey, because learning is always better together. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and leave us a review. We love hearing from our listeners around the world. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember, fluency is not a destination. It's a journey, and you are already on your way. Until next time, this is the ASL Podcast. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.